Good evening, Rabbi. I want to tell you something. We don't have a lot of time. Make it short. Katzar. Me'at. Bezrat Hashem. What I'll tell you is that I saw in the Zohar Kadosh in Parashat Vayet Hanan something interesting, very important also. It says over there that when a person prays the AMIDA, Shemona Esrei, he's not allowed to open his eyes, to look around. Not allowed to do that. He has to keep his eyes closed or covered with a talit or closed. Or it says in the Zohar Kadosh also he can be looking down. You can look down. But not look like this, look around. Why? What's the reason why? So it says Zohar Kadosh, the reason is because he's looking at the Shechina. When you're praying the AMIDA, and you're looking like this, you're looking at the Shechina. The Shechina is on you. So therefore what happens is, that are you allowed to look at the Shechina? No, not allowed to, right? We learn it from Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu, when he saw the Shechina in the burning bush, the bush that was burning, he hid his eyes. He didn't want to look at the Shechina because it wasn't kavod to look at the Shechina like that. So therefore he hid from it. He didn't want to stare at the Shechina. By the way, you should know that they say Chazal, Lo Aleinu, if a person looks at the Shechina, sometimes too much, he loses his vision, goes blind, Lo Aleinu, Shem Yachem, So it's also dangerous, sakana. That's why they say, when they do the Birkat HaKohanim, you're not supposed to look at the hands of the Kohanim. Why? Because there's a Shechina also on the hands of the Kohanim. This is the reason why they cover it with talit, the hands. Because you're not allowed to look at it. They say if you look at it, you can lose your vision, no aleinu. But this is only when in the Beit HaMikdash, not in the Beit Knesset. Why? What's the difference? Because over there, they used to use the Shem Meforash, the real name of Hashem, to bless the people, and the Shechina was really in their hands, So if you looked at the hands of the Kohanim in the Beit HaMikdash, Lo Aleinu, Shem Yachem, That's why it was very dangerous. Here, it's not really like that, but we do it as a zecher, to remember the halakha, to remember, not to look at it in the Beit HaMikdash. So we do the same thing also in the Beit Knesset. We don't look at it. So what should a person do when he's looking at when they're doing Birkat HaKohanim? What should you do? You're supposed to, says the Shulchan Aruch, you should be looking towards the Kohen, straight, not to the side, here, there, in the back, Some people, unfortunately, they make a mistake. They're looking at their father, Their father is blessing them. So they're turning around, they're turning their back to the Kohen and turning to the father. This is no good. Who's blessing you? The father or the Kohen? The Kohen is blessing you. You understand? Birkat HaKohanim. It's not Birkat HaAv. It's not Birkat HaRabbi. The rabbi is not blessing you. The Kohen is blessing you. So you have to look at the Kohen. You have to go straight to him. But you're not allowed to look at him, as we said, right? To his hands. So what do? Says the Shulchan Aruch, you got to look down. Look at his, towards his feet of the Kohen. That's where you should be looking. Not towards his hands. But don't turn around. That's not respect. It's not kavod. To turn away from the Kohen. Not kavod like that to do it.
Shouldn't you look in the book instead?
What book?
Siddur.
You don't need to look in the Siddur because you're not saying anything. You have to be quiet, That's the thing, what I mean?
Responding to his baraha.
You're not really supposed to be responding. All you should be saying is Baruch Hu Baruch Shemo and Amen. That's it. No responding. There's nothing to respond over there. Even though some people have some things that they say, They say some things. But Maran Rabbi used to say, right. Maran Rabbi used to say, no, we shouldn't say these things during it's hefsek. So what should he do? He should think. He can think about it. To think about it, you can do. To think, but not to say it with your mouth. It's hefsek. So
what about your eyes? Your eyes supposed to be closed, like when the Kohanim?
It says you should be looking down. Like looking towards the Kohen, but down. But he's right. If you want to look at these kavanot, so look in your siddur. If you have those kavanot there, you can look at them, but don't say. Just look at it. That's it. That's the proper way to do. Okay. Anyway, right. But I want to tell you, it says in Zohar Kadosh that a person, shouldn't look. So they say, how do they punish him if he looks at the Shechina when he's praying AMIDA? They punish him for this. So it says, what do they do? What happens is that when a person, Lo Aleinu, he passes away, niftar, goes to the Olam Haba, right? Everybody has to go. Sometime. We all can't stay here. This is the way of the world. What can we do, right? Lo Aleinu. Hashem should give us long life, everybody. Long life and good life. But what happens is that when the Satan comes, Lo Aleinu, to kill that person, to take his neshama, they say at that time, he's supposed to look at the Shechina also, They let him look at the Shechina. So they say that what happens is that if you looked at the Shechina when you were doing AMIDA, you're not allowed to do that. So what happens is that when the Satan comes to take his neshama, They don't show him the Shechina. Why? They punish him because he was looking at the Shechina during the AMIDA when he's praying. So therefore, this is very not something good. A person always wants to see the Shechina before he is niftar, because this is a good sign for him. It's a good siman. Going to a good place. He's looking at the Shechina, and his neshama is going to go to a good place. So therefore, we should be careful, right? Somebody texted me a question. What about looking in the Siddur when you're praying in the AMIDA? So this is allowed, because sometimes you need to know what to read. Sometimes not everybody knows by heart the AMIDA, So sometimes you forget what to say. So some people like to look in the Siddur, and pray with the Siddur. That's fine, as long as you're not looking around like this, looking around. Where are you looking at? What's happening? Go to the pray your AMIDA. What are you looking around for? Look in your Siddur, or look down, or close your eyes. This is the way to do it. You know what I mean? This is the proper way. Also, I want to tell you one more thing. We don't have a lot of time. One more thing I want to tell you. Also it says in the halakha, Shulchan Aruch, that you're not allowed, when you're praying the AMIDA, you shouldn't be looking at other people who are praying at the AMIDA. Or let's say you finished. You finished a little bit early. You're a fast one. Not like me. I'm very slow, right? You see it. I always finish last. Everybody finishes before me, right? But some people are quick. They Baruch Hashem. The tefillah is accepted very quickly. So they're fast. They finish in 3 minutes, 4 minutes. They finish 5 minutes. They finish very, very fast. They say, when you finish and other people are praying, don't look at them. Why? Because you're looking at the Shechina. The Shechina is on that person, when he's praying the AMIDA. So don't look at him. Same thing, same problem, So this is also not allowed because of looking at the Shechina. So what they say, right? That when a person is sanua, he doesn't want to look at the Shechina. HaKadosh Baruch Hu rewards him with a great deal of kedusha, tahara, just like Moshe Rabbeinu. Amen, amen. Chazak Baruch.